Do you love creepy stories that keep you up at night? Do you enjoy spine-chilling tales, both classic and original? Then you're in the right place. I read terrifying horror stories and write my own, bringing you nightmares in the best way possible. I'm on a mission to hit 50 subscribers, and every single one of you can help make that happen. So, if you love horror, hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because the scariest stories are yet to come, and you won't want to miss them. The first day felt real. I woke up in my childhood bedroom, sunlight spilling through the curtains. My mom's voice echoed from the kitchen, calling me down for breakfast. The smell of bacon and coffee drifted through the air. It was so normal. I got dressed, went downstairs, and sat at the table like I had 1,000 times before. My dad sipped his coffee, flipping through the newspaper. My little sister poked at her eggs with a fork, half asleep. "You were out late," my mom said as she set a plate in front of me. "Everything okay?" I blinked. Yeah. But something was wrong. I couldn't put my finger on it at first. The texture of the walls felt too smooth, almost rubbery. The sky outside looked too perfect, like someone had painted it. And the food, it tasted fine, but when I chewed, there was something off about the texture. Like the sensation didn't quite match the flavor. Little things I could ignore. So I did. Years passed. I lived my life. High school turned into college. College turned into a job, a night guard at a warehouse. It wasn't exciting, but it was easy. Just me, my flashlight, and a couple of security monitors. That's when I started noticing more. Some people looked wrong. Their faces were too smooth, like their skin had been stretched too tight. Their eyes didn't blink often enough. Their teeth, too even, too white. At first I thought I was just tired, but the longer I watched, the more I saw. Some of them didn't move right. Their limbs bent at strange angles when they walked. Their fingers twitched too much when they reached for things. And then there were the buildings. A house on my street had its front door on the roof. A convenience store had windows. But if you looked inside, there was nothing there. Just a black void. I tried to ignore it. I tried to live. I don't know why I did it. Maybe I needed to prove I wasn't crazy. Maybe something inside me already knew the truth. I got in my car and drove. Past the familiar streets, past the buildings I had grown up with. I kept going. And then I hit something, not a wall, not a barrier, but the air itself hardened. The road stretched ahead, but it was like I had reached the end of a map that hadn't been fully programmed. The horizon was wrong. The further I pushed, the more the world resisted. My tires struggled. The sky flickered like a dying light bulb. I turned back, and when I reached the city, the sun never rose again. The world had changed. The buildings twisted when I wasn't looking. The streets looped back on themselves, leading nowhere. And the people, they had stopped pretending. They watched me from windows, from alleyways. Their faces stretched and sagged, their smiles too wide. I stopped going to work. I stopped leaving my apartment because I wasn't safe anymore. Every night I heard them outside my door, whispering, scratching. I didn't sleep. I barely ate. I was going to die there. I knew it. So I did the only thing I could. I closed my eyes and I begged to wake up. I opened my eyes. Blinding lights. A steady beep, beep, beep of machines. I was in a hospital bed. My body felt weak, like I hadn't moved in months. A doctor stood beside me, his face splitting into a relieved smile. "You're awake," he said. "Welcome back." I blinked up at him. My throat was dry. I could barely speak. My mother was there, tears streaming down her face. "You were in a coma for 6 months," the doctor continued. "We weren't sure if you were going to make it." A nurse checked my IV, adjusting the drip. I tried to sit up, but my arms felt like lead. My whole body felt heavy, sluggish. Then I remembered. The city, the people, the night that never ended. I turned to the doctor. It wasn't a dream. His smile didn't falter. It felt real, didn't it? That's normal for coma patients. Your brain was just trying to make sense of... No, I cut him off. My voice was stronger now. It wasn't a dream. It was real. That place, it was breaking down. It was trying to keep me there. Something flashed in his eyes. Just for a split second. A flicker of something cold, calculating, and that's when I saw it. His hands. They were twitching. The same way they twitched. I don't know how I figured it out. Maybe it was instinct. Maybe some deep part of my brain recognized them for what they were. The doctors, the nurses, they weren't here to help me. They had put me there, and they had wanted me to die. A coma isn't just a coma. It's another world, a place that feeds on the people trapped inside it. And if you die there, you die for real. And the hospital profits, insurance payouts, government funding, money exchanged behind closed doors, keeping the secret buried. I was never supposed to wake up, and they knew it. I'm not safe. They're watching me now. They smile too much. They blink too little. I hear them whispering outside my hospital room at night. They'll try again. I know they will. And next time, I might not wake up.